Zaiel strikes again. The water or bandit of ancient days past has once again stolen some elemental ore. 2 wind ores this time. Not quite the trove of water ores that were once stolen a year ago. But I think that it's time for me to actually state an opinion on the matter. Now that this has happened twice, I strongly disagree with this dude not having any punishment enacted on him. Like, it's easy to argue, I understand when it's like you don't want GMs interfering in every single player issue. No, you really don't. In real life, with actual legality, you don't want to set a precedent. This isn't a freaking courtroom, though. It's a private server for a 20-plus-year-old MMORPG. And I strongly disagree with the fact that Zaiel is, at the very least, not being permanently yell muted. Check this out. What are the rules for using the yell channel? LFG, missions, gathering parties, and commerce. While what commerce is not explicitly defined in the legalese of Horizon's rule set, I guess I'm just going to have to go with, what would you consider commerce? Well, an exchange of goods, time, services, in some capacity, money, right? Okay. And what happens when people don't use yell for that? They get yell muted because you were not using the yell channel for its intended purpose. People treat it like Twitter all the time, and then they get yell muted because it's like, well, that doesn't fall within the rules of using yell. So if I were to approach this like a defense attorney or whatever, I would say that I'm not even coming at homie for taking the wind ores and running off with them. Again, they don't want to get involved in player disputes. That's fine, okay? But if someone has, on more than one occasion, offered a service through yell that they did not follow through with that service, then they are not using yell for commerce. Unless, of course, theft and stealing are going to be defined as a form of commerce. In which case, then sure, you can't mute him, you can't yell mute him, because theft is considered a legal form of commerce. But I don't think that's really the case, is it? Should you ban the player? Well, apparently not. But according to the precedent that we are apparently afraid to set, according to the current precedent, however, for yell mutes, Zaiel should be, at the very least, muted from yelling. Maybe you can't stop him from sending tells to people who are asking for ores to be cut. But at the very least, as per the precedent that has in fact already been set, that you're afraid more will be set, you've already set one, you should at the very least mute him from being able to use the yell channel. Don't you think? But hey, guess that's just my opinion. Thanks for listening. Appreciate your time. God bless. Later.